Nigeria looks up to expanding $1 billion trade volume with Japan.
You need an industrial base, which is what Nigeria is trying to achieve, which is what President Tinubu is committed to.
Global community celebrates humanitarian workers, sues for better collaborations to support victims of conflicts. Federal Capital Territory Authority promises to sustain cleanup miscreants operation. Thanks a million for joining us on the news desk at 6:19 News 24, live from Abuja. I am Mina Daniels. Nigeria is hoping to expand its $1 billion trade volume with Japan as it also leads African agenda to the 2025 Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TCAD. President Bola Tinubu expressed this hope at his first appearance in leading Nigeria's delegation to the 9th edition of the conference opening in Yokohama. State House correspondent Musbah Dan Wahab reports.
Japan-Africa partnership born in 1993 is set to witness a new approach toward addressing developmental issues on the Black continent. Under the TCAD's 9 blanket theme, co-create innovative solutions with Africa, the parties aim to reaffirm commitment to the long-term collaborations with focus on Africa's economic transformation and improvements in the business environment and institutions through private investments and innovation.
In the case of Nigeria,
in the decades of bilaterals, Japan-Nigeria partnership has manifested in the agricultural and power sectors with trade volume at about $1 billion.
And of course, Nigeria exports huge amounts of hydrocarbons to Japan. So we're looking to expand that. You need an industrial base, which is what Nigeria is trying to achieve, which is what President Tinubu is committed to. And that way we can create those jobs for our teeming youths, tackle the issue of unemployment, and of course the macroeconomic reforms of President Tinubu are already in progress, and we're beginning to feel the positive effects.
Continental and global politics are also at stake as Nigeria is hoping for the support of the third largest economy in the world as it aims to strengthen its leading role in Africa with aspiration for seats in global organs including the United Nations Security Council.
So that it leads the way in providing that restructuring of the global financial architecture so that the whole continent would benefit, so that Africa would benefit, and we need to be on the decision-making tables of the world, which is why we need that position in the United Nations Security Council.
President Bola Tinubu in Yokohama is expected to lead African voice at the conference in addition to bilaterals and meetings with chief executive officers of some Japanese companies with investments in Nigeria. In Yokohama, Musbah Dan Wahab, NT News.
It's 19th August and the world today marks Humanitarian Day, a time to honor those who help others and to stand with the millions of people whose lives hang in the balance. In this report, Youth Aguele takes a look at government interventions in bridging gaps from humanitarian crisis.
They're called to serve, service for humanity, providing succor to vulnerable groups in war-torn regions or disaster-torn communities. Today, the world celebrates their doggedness, resilience in the face of adversity as they continue to strive for a better society. It is the World Humanitarian Day, a day to recognize and honor humanitarian workers while promoting advocacy to meet humanitarian needs globally. For Nigeria, the growing concern for displacement that continues to breed as a result of natural and man-made disasters continues to wreak havoc across communities, poses concern for the humanitarian actors.
Nigeria is bleeding, particularly in this area of displacement. For a country to have 6.7 Nigerians being displaced, you know that the magnitude is alarming.
We have developed and redirect the focus of the ministry towards providing durable solution. The National Social Registrar should not be a permanent destination. So also our IDP camps should not be where people remain there permanently. People staying in camp for more than 10 years, I don't think it's acceptable.
This year's message on strengthening global solidarity and empowering local communities is a call to action for nations to adopt global approach by empowering communities to become self-reliant and build resilience, and the federal government, through the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, are taking deliberate steps to empower vulnerable groups through its diverse initiatives from skills to grants.
To ensure that one, there is emergency intervention fund that Mr. President granted approval to augment what is currently ongoing, to also work with the international community like the European Union. In the next few days, we are going to reach out to almost 2,199,000 91,000 Nigerians with a rapid cash transfer that will be to the tune of almost 54 billion through the National Social Investment Program Agency, the NSPA, through our government enterprises and empowerment program. We are going to reach about 21,000 Nigerians who are going to be engaged during the dry season farming. They will be given a soft loan that is collateral free.
As the world celebrates this day, it is a call to action to protect those who really matters, who put their lives on the line. And for those who will be at the brunt, it is a time for all to act for humanity. In Abuja, Ruth Aguilera, NTA News.
The Minister of State for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu, has revealed that close to 419 billion naira has already gone out to almost 6 million Nigerians through conditional cash transfers. Dr. Sununu made this known during a conversation on Good Morning Nigeria as part of discussions on this year's World Humanitarian Day. Ekemini Williams followed the conversation.
In Nigeria's northeast, the humanitarian situation continues to worsen as funding support runs dangerously low. The World Food Programme is staring at a $130 million shortfall that could force it to cut off emergency food and nutrition supports for 1.3 million people. Years of insecurity, mass displacement, climate shocks have already stretched communities thin, leaving millions vulnerable. According to Mohammed Malik Fall, United Nations Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator in Nigeria, the reality is grime. Without sustained aid, many could face severe hunger, even starvation.
The most important thing for me, for a human being, is to have hope in the future, is to transmit that hope to their children, is to believe that where they live, they can find a better life and a better future there. And I think you can see it when people, years after years, are relying on humanitarian assistance, are relying on handout. They end up losing that aspect of human being which is extremely important, which is dignity.
Joining the conversation, the Special Advisor to the President on Health, Dr. Salma Ibrahim Anas, alongside Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu, explained that government is pushing a more holistic plan to tackle poverty, insecurity, and the lack of basic services. The new approach aims to move Nigeria away from a purely emergency response mindset, focusing instead on lasting solutions. A key part of this effort is a national social investment program, which is providing conditional cash transfers to the country's most vulnerable groups.
It is zero tolerance to exploitation of sexual exploitation. So once it is detected and reported, it is punishable. So there are measures that have been put in place, and also encouraging, promoting women and girls to speak up if they experience such exploitation, to report it. So there are lines of reporting, and action will be taken, disciplinary action will be taken immediately.
You must do much to bring relief to average Nigerian who let life have a human face.
so that everybody can feel that really life is worth living.
They also seek stronger collaboration and urgent support from the international community, national government, and private sector to fill the gaps and keep life-saving interventions running. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Borno State Police Command has confirmed an explosion in Konduga local government area, claiming 2 lives and leaving 4 others injured, hours after the recovery of an unexploded ordnance in Dikwa local government area. Police Public Relations Officer Kenneth Nahum Daso said the discovery was made after a farmer, Babagana Kachala, alerted authorities of suspicious object on his land. A team deployed by the Commissioner of Police, Naziru Abdul Majid, identified the object as a 2.2-meter-long cluster bomb unit, which was safely secured and no casualties recorded. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has resolved to sustain the ongoing city cleanup of miscreants and other nuisance under the exercise codenamed Operation Sweep. This is the fallout of the FCT security meeting held at the FCT Minister's official residence at the Life Camp. And this report on Noze Yakubu brings us up to speed on the outcome of the meeting chaired by the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike.
The exercise codenamed Operation Sweep was set up to rid the nation's capital city of all forms of nuisance. This FCT security meeting is to assess the pains and gains of the exercise. Briefing the media after the meeting, the FCT Commissioner of Police, Ajao Sakadewale, reiterated the need to sustain the momentum with emphasis on clearing all shanties, beggars, and destitute posing threats to lives. It says the FCT minister has given a directive to shut down all illegal mining sites springing up in the territory, while IDP camps will now be profiled.
As we speak, more than 273 destitutes are in the SDS Center, Buhari, undergoing profiling, wherever until taken care of, but they would need to be relocated to where they belong. Within the same period, more than 670 vehicles were impounded, dating to issue of improper documentation, tinted glasses, which we all know that is not acceptable here, issue of covered number plate, and issue of operating without appropriate authority. We are going to operate Uber, join Uber, we are going to operate boats, do boats. Or you want to do all this K2 thing that is creating a problem of this one chance. Many of them are arrested. We have nothing less than 675 of them.
The FCT police boss further reveals that moving forward, traffic offenders will henceforth be dealt with decisively. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Time for a break. We'll be right back with more.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Thanks for joining us again. The Court of Appeal Abuja Division has affirmed the status of the appellate court as final arbiter to hear and determine all labor matters. The clarification came to the fore as the intermediate court dismissed an application by Kogi State government to obtain a stay of execution on a judgment which was given in favor of former Kogi Deputy Governor Simon Achuba that Kogi State government should pay 1.07 billion naira salary arrears owed to him while in office.
Just as the Court of Appeal held in this ruling this morning, counsel should learn to first of all look at what the law says before taking any brief from any client, no matter how juicy that brief is. What is the position of the law? You have to advise your client on what the law says.
The council to Kogi State government to pay 3 million naira to the respondent Simon Achuba before any further step is taken on the matter, saying the council apparently did not guard his clients properly on the matter. The 32nd Nigerian Institute of Training and Development NITAD Annual Trainers Conference is holding in Abuja with the theme Learning Reimagined, aligning people, performance and technology for national transformation. Lydia Sampson reports.
Aziz Wasiu Oluwaseun is a participant from the Teaching Service Commission Lagos. He's determined to leverage technology for better training outcomes.
How we can integrate technology to sort those things out, how we can achieve better results using technology.
Stakeholders here echo his thoughts, emphasizing the integration of human potential and cutting-edge technology for sustainable development across the various value chains.
We have brought in different backgrounds so that we can also leverage on what is happening in other sectors.
There's no way that you can do without training if you want a growth and improvement. It's just like sweeping a floor. That you sweep it today does not mean that the place is clean forever.
AI cannot feel. AI cannot imagine a future. So we're going to have to use the creativity of human beings to harness the capabilities of AI so that human-to-machine collaboration can actually bring about the best result.
As a matter of deliberate plan, NITAD this year has fashioned all its training in its calendar towards technology and artificial intelligence. So we are calling on all organizations, both public and private, to patronize NITAD's training calendar for this year. Then we're out of analog.
The three-day conference projects strategies to enhance workforce performance for broader national growth and global competitiveness, bringing together industry leaders, educators, and technology experts to explore innovative approaches in training and development. Sessions focused on leveraging digital tools, fostering collaboration, and reshaping learning environments to meet evolving societal needs. It is expected that Aziz Wasiu Oluwaseun and all participants will be equipped with actionable insights, reaffirming NITAD's commitment to advancing education and training as catalysts for Nigeria's transformative progress. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The process of implementing the much talked about dual mandate of degrees and national certificates of education have commenced with a national summit in Abuja on its operationality. The mandate is being spearheaded by the National Commission for Colleges of Education, Committee of Provosts, and the trade unions. Here is the report.
For decades, colleges of education partnered with universities to offer degree programs. And this does not come without its challenges. However, the story is set to change. Today, with full legislative backing and the Federal Colleges of Education Establishment Act No. 43 of 2023, signed into law by President Bola Tinubu, colleges of education now have the autonomy to run NCE and degree programs concurrently, with the aim of producing graduates well-equipped to meet the education needs of the society.
This summit provides the ideal platform to reflect, dialogue, and the exchange of ideas among policymakers, academics, and practitioners.
The significance of this reform cannot be overstated. To expand access for student teachers while producing graduates with both NCE and BEd qualifications, thereby making them more competent and versatile.
This innovative approach has the potential to increase access to quality education, improve lecturers, teachers' quality, and promote national development.
We may encounter practical challenges on the field challenges. For the National Assembly, we are always there, as we have always done.
To commemorate the implementation of the dual mandate system, awards of recognition were presented to the Ministers of Education and the Governor of Niger State for their commitment in advancing teacher education in Nigeria.
Organizers of the proposed Groovy December event under the Emerging Abuja initiative paid a courtesy visit to the office of the Permanent Secretary of the Social Development Secretariat Abuja, signaling collaboration and support for the upcoming event in the Federal Capital Territory. Alika Okbanachiarua reports.
Emerging Abuja initiative, known for its creative and community-driven programs, seeks to make the maiden edition of Groovy December Carnival a celebration that will promote social engagement, enhance Nigeria image and cultural branding, in addition to attracting economic development into the country. Permanent Secretary, Social Development Secretariat, expressed optimism about the initiative's potential impact, pledging the support of the Secretariat.
The SDS, we are like I said, the custodian of arts, culture, and social welfare and tourism development in the FCT. And our responsibility is to promote, regulate, and coordinate tourism activities, while also ensuring that culture and creativity are harnessed for economic and social impact.
The first of such projects is the Abuja Green City, a 90% culture, entertainment, and tourism city capable of attracting about 20 million tourists annually in the next 4 years, generating about 30 trillion naira to the FCT alone, contributing significantly to the Federation account to benefit all states and the FCT.
Outlining some of the objectives of the event, the organizers noted that it will not only promote cultural exchange, community outreach, and social development, but will also turn the Federal Capital Territory into first-choice tourist destination.
What makes us us is what we want to sell, and Groovy December is that opportunity. It's going to be 16 days of non-stop fun and excitement. It's going to have a lot of interplay of culture, tourism, games, you know.
The event is scheduled for December this year in Abuja. Alika Okbanachi, Arua, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6:00 News 24. Here now is a recap of our top stories. Nigeria looks up to expanding $1 billion trade volume with Japan.
You need an industrial base, which is what Nigeria is trying to achieve, which is what President Tinubu is committed to.
Global community celebrates humanitarian workers, sues for better collaborations to support victims of conflicts. Federal Capital Territory Authority promises to sustain cleanup miscreants operation.
This is NTA News 24.
The body of late Ahmed Momosani Ododo, father of Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo, has been laid to rest at his residence in Upogoro, Okene, local government area of Kogi State, according to Islamic rites. The report.
Security, the chief imam of Okene Central Mosque, Sheikh Salih Abere, led mourners from within and outside the state who gathered at the Central Mosque to pray for the soul of late Ahmed Momosani Ododo. The chief imam prays Allah to forgive his shortcomings, accept his good deed, and grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus. He also prays Almighty Allah to grant the governor and the entire family the strength to bear the laws. He enjoined Muslims to remain faithful to their Creator, preach peace, unity, and love. The late Ahmed Momo Sani Ododo was later buried after the funeral prayers at his residence in Okpogoro, Okene local government area. Ahmed Momo Sani Ododo, who died in Abuja on Tuesday, 18th August, at the age of 83, is survived by his wife, children, and many grandchildren, among whom is the governor of Kogi State, Ahmed Usman Ododo.
To the good people of Kogi State, we should take solace to the fact that the man has lived a very fulfilled life.
Until death, believe in unity of Ibira people.
Baba has left behind a good legacy. And right in his time, his own son became #1 citizen of Kogi State.
And we pray that the families, the children, and all of us in the state that he left behind were able to bear the irreparable loss.
I console with the entire family over the death of our father, and we pray that Almighty Allah will give them and all of us the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss.
Ajibola Christopher, NTA News.
That concludes the news desk at 6 and NTA News 24. Many thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.